Hi everyone, it's Maddie back to talk about Lab 4. I just want to give everyone a quick reminder. When you step into this lab room, you must have on closed-toed shoes as well as long pants. You are not allowed in this room if you are not wearing the proper attire, so just a friendly reminder. So Lab 4 is going to involve various specimens under different environments. So I'll briefly go over the different environments that are available for you for this lab. We will be working with dry ice as well as liquid nitrogen. When you're testing these different environments, make sure that you have on safety gloves, goggles, and then back by the fume hood you will find lab coats. So, like I said, we've got liquid nitrogen. Also, back in the fume hood, you will find the dry ice. And then I will talk about the next environment that is available. The next environments available are going to be the refrigerator, and then we also have a freezer. And then if we step back here, we have 3 different ovens, and you can set them to any temperature that you desire. You can use one oven or all 3, it does not matter. You can also leave your specimen at room temperature if you desire that. And we also have ice water available as well. Very important when you are using any of these specimens or removing them from their respective environments, let them sit for as long as you think it takes to have the specimen reach equilibrium before you begin actually testing them with the testing machine. The tongs are provided as well. Be sure to use these when you are removing the specimen from its environment to put it into the testing machine, as we don't want to alter the temperature after it's maintained or reached its equilibrium. Also important to note, when I am removing the specimen from the oven, from the dry ice, from the ice water, we want to allow as little time possible from the time of removal from the time of testing. So be sure to work efficiently when you are removing the specimen from its environment. And now we will talk about the actual testing machine that we will be using for the lab.
Hi, it's Daniel again, and I'll be talking about how to use the Charpy testing apparatus. So you'll be working with some notched specimen, and it's important that the notch faces that wall when placing the apparatus. So when loading the apparatus, you'll want a second person to be holding up the pendulum while the first person loads the specimen in the loading area. Also, it's important that the notch is centered in the machine so it makes full contact with the pendulum. When using the Charpy testing apparatus, make sure the safety bar is completely free from the path of the pendulum, as leaving it in there when releasing the pendulum can cause damage to the pendulum. To release the pendulum, first make sure that everyone is clear on both sides of the machine. Set the dial to between 210 and 220 foot-pounds. Make sure that the pendulum is fully engaged with the latch, and you release the pendulum by moving the trigger forward, and make sure to catch the pendulum on its upswing. Make sure you record where the dial moves to once the pendulum has swung, and collect your specimen, keeping track of which specimen's which. After that, you'd move on to the next specimen.